What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on this channel. This is my third video. Hope you watched my last two. But today I want to talk about why it's so important to invest, and especially if you're my age or around the same age range as me. I'm 19 years old. I may not have a lot of experience life-wise, but I do understand how important it is to take advantage of this young age by investing as aggressively as much as possible into the stock market. And when I mean by investing, like I said, it's about the stock market, not about things like crypto or day trading or any speculative stuff. When I mean by investing, I mean like index funds and long-term compounding investments and stocks and index funds. The reason why you want to invest while you're young, it could be in your 20s, it could be your 30s, doesn't matter, is that your money is losing value every single day. And it is so important for you to put that money to work and not just let it sit there. The government, if you're in the United States, is constantly printing money, and they call it quantitative easing. It's just a buzzword for printing money. And when you know what happens when the government prints money, purchasing power drops, it goes down. So $1,000 a year, or sorry, not a year ago, maybe like, let's say 10 years ago, like a decade ago, might be worth probably half of that now. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't know the exact numbers, but you get the gist. Your money is losing value every single day, and it is so important for you, especially when you're my age or around my age, to put your money to work and not just let it sit there. Because I know countless guys my age, especially when you're in the military, right? No offense, but I think a lot of people in the military are very uneducated when it comes to investing. I constantly see them make the mistake of just collecting your paycheck and just letting it sit there, like sit there in a checking account, earning like 0.01% interest or just no interest at all. And it's ridiculous because they don't understand that their money is losing value by the day due to all the printing. And especially now with the current state of the economy, you got things like gold and silver going crazy in prices because we're losing so much faith in the dollar now. And this is not to criticize the U.S. because I love the U.S. It's absolutely my favorite. It's the best country in the world, hands down. I serve this country, right? So I'm 100% loyal to it. And I think the dollar is the strongest currency in the world. But it's no doubt that it's starting to lose its value even faster with the current state of the economy, and how we can see countries like China and Europe and like countries in Asia losing its faith in U.S. Treasury bonds and now switching over to gold and precious metals. So it is so important for you as an American, as a working American who might be working a 9 to 5, to put that money to work. Don't just let it sit there. Invest. And it doesn't have to be any crazy investing. It can be a regular S&P 500 index fund, for example. It can be Google or Nvidia. Like, I'm not giving you financial advice what to do with your money, but just make sure you're investing and don't do any crazy like speculative stuff, right? Just invest consistently into some good index funds and some quality like companies. And that's what I do as a young guy. And I don't really explain why you should be doing it as a young person, right? The reason why you should be doing it as a young person is because of something called compound interest. Compound interest is your biggest friend because it's like a snowball effect. The longer you stay in the market, the more it snowballs and the more it compounds. Because you have more money in the market, therefore more earnings, and it explodes basically. So that's why you should be investing while you're young, like I am. I barely keep cash on me. And especially like when you're young, like you don't have a lot of worries. Like you have every excuse in the world, like every reason to be cheap and not spend your money on like bullshit. Like when you're young, it's okay to be broke. Like nobody will discourage you for that. So you should be investing all that money into the stock market because volatility won't affect you because you're young. So you have time in the market and time in life. So you can just wait, ride out any downturns in the market. And there will be more returns, like I said, with compound interest. And if you begin investing later on in life, like if you decide to invest like in your 30s or 40s, like bro, it's not too late, but you kind of missed like the peak years because by the time you're in your 30s or 40s, like people will like expect you to already have like a decent amount of money and savings and investments already. And you won't be as prepared as a kid who decided to invest right when they turned 18. So please start investing. That's the name of the channel. Invest Young Bro. Please invest Young Bro. Like this is from the heart of a 19-year-old to all of the other young guys and girls out there who aren't too sure what to do with their own money. But again, not financial advice. If you don't want to invest, by all means, be like the 90% of the youth in this country who doesn't care about their finances and just resorts to buying boba and Labubus. I don't know what they do now, what they buy, but yeah. If you want to kind of know what I do with my own money, I like to get paid and then put like 70% of my money into stocks or index funds and then just let it ride out. And then I do this thing called anxiety maxing where I use the remainder of whatever I have, like the 30% left of my paycheck for like the bare essentials and like needs, like car insurance and gas and groceries and all that. And then wait till my next paycheck. And I've been doing this for about like 2 years now. And it saved me a fuck ton of money. So at only 19 years old, barely an adult, that sounds so wrong, but barely an adult, I have 62, not even that, bro. Like I got more than 62,000 plus to my name. Plus this car, which I own. And this car is probably worth, I would say like $3-4 grand. I bought it for $6 grand. So it's maybe more than what I just said, but I put a decent amount of mileage on it, so it's probably depreciated a bit. But there's not much I can ask for, man. Like I got a decent paying, not the best paying job, but I'm in the military. I get decent, stable pay, benefits. I have a car that I own and it's reliable, and I have a very decent net worth. In fact, a very good net worth for my age by following my own advice, by figuring out how to win the game. And I know with the situation I'm in, I will become a multimillionaire in no time. And my goal is to become a multimillionaire before I turn 30. And if I just keep doing what I'm doing and just invest as much as like possible into the market as aggressively as possible while I'm young, like the title of the video says, then I know that I will reach my results, because it's that simple, man. Investing is not hard. You just make some money, you work, you can work a 9 to 5, put money into the market, and it'll grow. It's that easy. None of that get rich quick scheme stuff. You can't get rich super quick like that. Those are all courses that people are trying to sell you and BS. The easy, simple way to become financially free is to invest in the stock market and invest in and become broadly diverse in the stock market by doing index funds, stocks, international stocks, and ETFs, all of that. And you just hold and you keep investing It's called DCAing, dollar cost averaging, which means that you're constantly buying more stocks, more index funds every day or every week or every month, no matter what the cost is. So you know, 1 month it could be down, 1 month it could be up. You're averaging the cost basically. So you're buying it at the lows and highs, and basically you win the market. You win the game. So yeah, that's the video. Yeah. This worked for me. I don't want to like be, I'm not trying to like spread any BS. This is exactly what I did. I just invest, and that's how you become financially free, man. Just, it's boring. Like I'm telling you, it's not pretty, but it's the boring and simple way to become wealthy. And if you take my word, if you take my advice, I guarantee you, you will see results. And yeah, if you enjoy this video, please drop a comment. God bless to all of you guys. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. God bless.